Well, hello everyone. My name is Zachary O'Shea, and this is Box of Teeth. It's Friday, which means it's time to share a little bit more about the Soulsborne horror game that I'm working on right now. Red Rock Shadow is an action horror role-playing game about war, desertion, and redemption. Loosely based on the Great War, or World War I for most of us, it takes place in a pastiche of Europe from that era, but it is its own distinct world. The game is spiced with the themes and moods that originate from Software's Dark Souls and Bloodborne games. It's meant to be fast-paced, cinematic, with just enough mystery and horror to keep people engaged. Players take the role of deserters, soldiers that have realized that there's something very wrong and very supernatural about the war. They have a unique connection to the fuel source of the war known as Kruer. This connection allows them to mow down foes ranging from common soldiers, mutated animals, demons, and even stranger things beyond that. Deserters seek to find a way out of the eternal trenches, or, barring that, a way to stop the war altogether. This squad of deserters focus on their camaraderie to overcome very great, difficult threats. We've talked before about the world itself and how it's strange and there's dark magical forces, and that there is this kind of just supernatural element to everything, whether it's time or being pulled out of space, as it were. But I want to talk about something that's very important whenever you're dealing with World War I era games, and that's technology. And we're going to focus specifically on black science. Black science is really how dieselpunk themed horror comes into the game as well. While there are ancient spells and infernal rituals, they're not the only esoteric threats present in the war. There's also black science. The progress of human ingenuity has really made life better for most people over time. Advances in agriculture and medicine extended lives, and complex tools really started to remove some of the drudgery of work. Of course, there was dangerous developments too when you think about war. Spears gave way to swords, swords gave way to muskets, muskets gave way to Gatling guns, Gatling guns gave way to machine guns. However, even this destruction had its own greater purpose, whether it was winning a war or hunting food or whatever humanity needed in the moment. Black science, on the other hand, lessens the value of human life under the guise of medical advancement first and foremost. It warps the human body into a mockery and corrupts the mind attached. Black science is not concerned with helping, but rather pushing the boundaries of what can be done far past what should be done. Thus, the grotesqueries created are monsters in their own right, and often driven by unbridled hate, endless hunger, or mindless destruction. Another important aspect of black science is the adaptation of dark magic into it. Alchemical formulas based around Kruer course through various contraptions. Profane sigils are etched into seals and hidden in seams. Blasphemous blessings are spoken over each flywheel and gear. Some claim it's this very sort of rudimentary enchantments that let black science really bend and warp the laws of nature, and they might be right. Others, primarily those that have surrendered themselves utterly to these practices, they claim that there's actually this sinister muse that visits their dreams, and together they sketch out mad blueprints and formulas. Bella Fagore, some call her, while others refer to this nocturnal visitor as the gentlewoman of gears. What she is, and if she actually exists, well, no one's really quite sure about that. Black science can be found across the trenches in the form of Kruer body augmentations, alchemical drugs that can influence the mind or mutate the body, the ability even to reduce a person down to essential salts and then reconstitute them back to something similar to what they used to be. You have pilots that are fused to tanks and airplanes and other war machines, and even more bizarre contraptions past that. It's really taking kind of the mechanized war horror aspect of World War I and turning it up a notch. I hope you enjoyed your weekly glimpse into the world of Red Rock Shadow here and now. Now, this is a game I've been working on with my friends for quite a long time. It was originally in the Lumen system, and you can find an ashcan of that on DriveThruRPG and itch if you want to take a glimpse into the starting version of it. Since then, I've moved on to a different system that we've been refining for a while, and we're getting closer and closer to getting that done, which is why I wanted to share the world with all of you and just kind of the developments there, because I'm honestly pretty proud of it, and I hope people have been enjoying it. You can always find it, other horror role-playing game projects that I have, and the horror fiction that I write that includes Grease Paint right here. It's about a killer clown. Doesn't take place in World War I. Book 2 is out soon, hopefully this summer as well. That's all at www.zacharyoshay.com. If you're more interested just in the Dungeons & Dragons stuff that I have that's all horror themed, it's all perfectly free, it's all for D&D 5th edition, you can go to boxofteeth.blogspot.com. I really appreciate all your time and your attention today, and hope they have a great weekend.